Today we're going to do the quickest, fastest, most efficient review of the Cold War and the Middle East conflict right now. All right, so part one. Part one is Eisenhower, JFK, Johnson, LBJ. So Eisenhower, you need to know about Sputnik. You need to know about the Highway Act. And you need to know that he ended the Korean War. If you know that for Eisenhower, you're good. For JFK, you need to know that, well, he was assassinated, the Bay of Pigs, the Cuban Missile Crisis. For Lyndon Baines Johnson, you need Great Society, did the draft for the Vietnam War, and that's pretty much it for him. So that's part one. You get those three presidents down? Good. Part two, Nixon, Ford, Carter. So for Nixon, you need to know that he was the one that had the Watergate scandal. He resigned before he was impeached. He got a relationship with us and China. And he ended the Vietnam War. If you know that for Nixon, you're good. Ford, he pardoned Nixon. Remember that. He pardoned Nixon. If you get that one down for him, you're good. For Carter, he got peace with Israel and Egypt. There was the Iran-Contra event that took place during his presidency. And there was also a gas crisis that took place in his presidency. So know that for Carter. Next one's part three, Reagan, George H.W. Bush, and Clinton. So for Reagan, you need to know that he was shot when he was president. He will live, but he was shot when he was president. The Challenger exploded during his presidency. The Iran-Contra event took place during his presidency. And there we go. George H.W. Bush. We're going to have Desert Storm. There was the USSR breaks up during his administration. And he's the one that said, read my lips, no new taxes. And then we got new taxes. Clinton, he was impeached. He had an amazing economy because of the internet. And that's pretty much it for those presidents. Let's move on to part four. Part four, Bush, Obama. For Bush, 9/11 took place. The 2008 recession took place. So unemployment skyrockets during that time. The Iraq war begins during Bush. Wow, those are heavy hitters. For Obama, the unemployment rate went up to 10% at the beginning of his presidency due to the 2008 recession. He brought it down to 4.7%. He didn't kill, but he ordered the attack that would kill Osama bin Laden, the guy that orchestrated the 9/11 attacks. Also, gay marriage became legal during his presidency. Okay, now we're going to get to the terms. Part 5 are the terms you know. Korean War, it was a forgotten war. We had lost 30-something thousand troops. Sputnik was a satellite that was sent in space by Russia, and they made us push off the space race. Bay of Pigs was a failure on the part of trying to take over Cuba. It was a failed attack on Cuba. Cuban Missile Crisis was the closest we've ever gotten to a nuclear war. The Great Society was encouraged. This was voting rights, Medicaid, environmental protections, tons of things for the Great Society. In Vietnam War, we lost 58,000 troops. We dropped more bombs on them than in World War II at all, and we lost. Part 6, more terms. Watergate is that thing that almost impeached Nixon. It's where you had president had illegally spied on another political party. McCarthyism is like the Salem witch trials, but with communism. Presidential pardon is a get-out-of-jail-free card. Iran hostage crisis lasted, I think 400 and something days. 52 Americans were basically taken by the Shah, or to give the Shah back to Iran is what the whole goal was there. And then the Challenger is that explosion of that shuttle during Reagan's time. Part 7, Desert Storm. Impeachment, Afghanistan War, 2003 Iraq War, 2008 recession, 9/11. So Desert Storm was the one that took place during George H.W. Bush. This war was really like for Kuwait. So you had Saddam Hussein went into Kuwait. We kicked him out, and then we let Saddam Hussein sit in Iraq until we came after him later on. Impeachment is just a process the first step to a process to remove a president from office. You can impeach a president, but you have to also convict them to actually kick him out. We've only impeached 4 times in our history: Trump twice, Andrew Johnson once, and also Bill Clinton. We have the Afghanistan war. This was due to right after the terrorist attacks on our soil. It lasted for 20 years. It didn't get ended until Biden ended it a couple years ago. The 2003 Iraq war was due to fears of weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. 2008 recession caused unemployment to go up to 10%. And 9/11 was the biggest terrorist attack on American soil since Pearl Harbor. 3,000 Americans died, and they used airplanes to hit us. There's going to be part 9 of fill in the blank. One has to do with Clinton's impeachment. You should know this, one word that caused it. What were the soldiers called in Vietnam that went into the tunnels? They were called tunnel blank. The economy did great under Clinton because of the invention of the blank. Bush seniors kept saying, "Read my lips, no new," fill in the blank. And then Korean War was known as the blank war. That is the test. Good luck. Peace out.